Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast by IB Growth. We have founders of Neofantasy with us, Maharsh and Deep, and we're going to be getting to know more about them. Why don't we start with what is Neofantasy?
Hello all, I am Maharsh. I am the co-founder of Neofantasy along with Deep. Neofantasy is a blockchain-based fan engagement platform for the fans of sports and entertainment industries, and we are setting up unique rewards which we'll be partnering up with the organizers themselves and different brands, and they'll be tokenized in form of NFTs that are non-fungible tokens. So we are taking the advantage of blockchain technology to tokenize the rewards as well as to distribute them as digital assets. So we have our own NFT marketplace. We have a fantasy game for the sport of cricket, and the users will simply play the fantasy game, win rewards in NFTs, and they can either redeem them to win a fan experience, or they can directly sell them on the NFT marketplace as well. So that is Neofantasy.
Okay, so I think being someone who doesn't, because it's a very new market, right? Blockchain and NFTs and all of that. So, is it something that is only, as you said, it's based on the game and then rewards, or there are two different aspects to it, or it's just basically a game where you can get rewards and redeem them in forms of NFT? Did I understand it correctly?
Yeah, that's right actually. So it's for both of them. It's also for the sports enthusiast. It is also for the NFT collectors.
Right.
So for the NFT collectors, if they want to flip their NFTs, they can directly come onto the marketplace, buy from them, and maybe sell later to the higher buyer or so. Secondly, they can also directly get the NFTs by playing the fantasy game as well. So it is for both the audiences.
So I think a lot of people would obviously be interested in like how do you see it expand? Like NFT came a while ago and now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
What is the future? Like where is this going sort of?
So currently we believe the thing is, if you watch any sports, it is only limited to watching it on TV. There is no direct fan engagement with your favorite team or players. So that is the problem that we are solving. And since NFT craze started last year in 2021, right? So we are adding utilities to the NFTs, and that is something that is people are also looking forward to, right? So it is not just like any other NFT project. It is just basically a fan art or something. We are going to add utilities to it, and according to many research, fan technologies will be have a greater scope in the future, and that is something we are targeting. So fan engagement is something that will definitely boom up with NFTs.
So when you say you're not only doing like art, or you're trying to make it more utility based,
Yes.
What do you mean? Like what would you say you're offering in terms of utility?
So most of the collections that had gone viral actually were just digital art pieces, or maybe just on there because of the person attached to the NFT collection.
Right.
Over here, rather, we are going with what the users will be gaining by holding the NFT, by owning it. So suppose we are, it's a signed cap of MS Dhoni, then the NFT that they'll be holding guarantees that they are going to receive it. And
so they receive the
exactly from us.
Right.
That is what we'll manage for them.
Right. Okay. So it's a mixture of
Physical asset and the digital.
I learned about a new term recently.
Phygital.
Phygital,
Yeah.
Yes,
that?
Yeah, that will be phygital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's a new territory that I've been hearing recently.
Right.
Phygital.
Right.
So you guys would be someone who's doing digital plus physical.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so seems like you guys are really young co-founders. So I think what I'd ask is, what is the benefit and what is the risk that you think you've taken by being young co-founders?
So I just passed my college last month.
Wow.
That was my bachelor's in technology. So the benefit would be that I have a lot of freedom. I have a lot of opportunity, including time. So that is the main thing. Even if I fail, I have learned a lot, and still I have a lot to do. So secondly, networking is the best, I guess. At such a young age, if I am able to meet a lot of people, so it's a lot of advantage that I can take out of that as well. Disadvantage would be that at times people might not take you seriously.
Yes.
So for partnerships, we are a partnership intensive model, right? So for that, you require people to take you seriously. So that is one more thing that's a disorder.
And also on personal level, I also started young. So I personally believe that if people start too young, they also miss out on some things for fun. Like they are always into working, startup, early stage, starting stage they are into tension, all the stage, stress and all. So some things they also miss in life. So it should be balanced. That's what I believe.
But do you think achieving balance in a startup?
It's quite difficult in early stage, definitely. But
it's the new balance you find with being in that startup thing.
Now I think the word hustle has become a question. Earlier people would love hustling, but now it's become like, oh, should we not?
Yeah.
Skeptical, right? True.
How did you guys meet?
So I used to freelance in my college days, and I used to visit this co-working space where he was working at a sports tech startup. So there we used to meet, talk about things, ideas, and we became friends over there. And so basically we were introduced by a mutual friend. And later we went on to even discuss more onto blockchain technology. And since he has his background in sports, so we connected both the dots, and there came Neofantasy. So as the product,
like your eureka moment, like this is.
So I think we came up with the idea on last second lockdown.
Yeah.
So we are discussing, we are doing market research and stuff like that. So I think one night we were talking like, what should we do? Finally, what is the product that we should come up with? Then we came up with like ऐसे करके. Then we wrote down कि this is the name. And when we came up with the name Neofantasy, so that's when it hits. This is something that we want to build.
Yes, sir.
No, please go.
So while discussing ideas, it is that there are a lot of verticals to the same idea that can go, like even for Neofantasy. But at that time, it was for us to promise to one particular deliverable that we think that the value should be for the brand. So that is what we decided on, and that was Neofantasy. That is a new kind of fantasy gaming that we want to bring to the audiences for the sports fans.
I was gonna ask like
why the name?
Yeah. It also has NFT in the...
Yeah, so NF and T's are capital in the logo in Neofantasy. So that is what we are
distributing NFTs through Neofantasy. So it fulfills our overall goal of the...
Very interesting. How is it? I think also what I understood now is that the market you're dealing with is sort of a very niche market, right? So how is it catering to that sort of an audience, and like how have people sort of reacted?
It's a niche market, and hence it becomes a community. So it is that we are interacting a lot with similar minded people, and hence the market is getting more and more mature. The current falls in cryptos and NFTs, what we see is because of the immaturity that was with the projects that have come before. But now what we are seeing is that there is actual implementation and utility of the technology that was there, and hence there is a lot of value in blockchain that we have seen, and we are sticking to those principles, and that is what we are going to keep a product to last, even if there is a lot of skepticism in the market. But this is what we want to create, a trustworthy system that is going.
There have been steady growth in the overall market in terms of users as well.
Yeah.
So do you think it's difficult, or like is it an opportunity or a risk? What would you call it? Like trying to be or start a company in a niche market like this, or maybe a market that's so new that a lot of people, like my first reaction was, okay, wait, I need some time to understand it. So is it like a opportunity or risk?
It's a difficult opportunity is what you can say. So the extra effort that we'll have to go with, we are also going to come out with content to educate our audience. So because of that education, they are going to trust us of what we are actually doing does make sense. So that is going to be the extra effort in what we do, and finally that is going to be the end product.
And it's the new market, so definitely there are going to be some challenges, but the earlier the entry, the better it is. So we are betting for the future for this. So I think opportunities are there for sure. So yeah, we are positive.
Sounds great. Good luck with it, guys. I hope you achieve it. Great.